Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your May 2024 tarot card reading. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jane, and in these readings we really go through a tarot card prediction and astrology prediction. I really try my hardest to link these two together to give you the most accurate predictions that you can possibly get here on YouTube. So we are going to go ahead and get right into this. If you are interested in a private reading, I've made some changes to my offering, and as of May 1st, those will be made available on my website for booking. So if you're interested, the links can be found in the description box and the pinned comment down below. So be sure to keep your eyes open for that. I'm very excited to be connecting with all of your energy this month. It's a very exciting month as we have Jupiter coming into Gemini at the end of May. We have Taurus season. We have Venus and Mars in rulership. We have really wonderful things happening in the sky that are going to help push us forward. So with that being said, you're welcome to check out your sun, moon, or rising sign. If you're brand spanking new and you have no idea, just check out your sun sign. That's fine. And if you're kind of exploring, please check out all three of those signs to see which one resonates with you the most. Some readers will resonate with different placements. So if you resonate more with your sun or rising with me, then that would be who you would watch with me. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Thank you all again. You guys know I love and appreciate each and every one of you for being here. So let's go ahead and get started. Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your May 2024 tarot card reading. Let's go ahead and get started here with an oracle card. See what comes through for Cancer. Healthy boundaries. Okay, this is always a really great reminder to make sure that you're doing the things that are ultimately in the best interest for you and the people that you love the most, right? That there are certain things that you're going to need to reject, say no to, maybe hurt someone's feelings a little bit, you know, and just be very clear with what you will and will not accept. And, you know, there's different ways to communicate these boundaries or to behave in a certain way to establish these boundaries. But, you know, you're just going to have to start saying no to things and no to people and really make sure that you are redirecting your energy in a way that is productive and healthy and makes you feel like you are progressing on with your own life. And I feel like there's something really beautiful about kind of taking this power back, really taking it back and saying, I'm living for myself and of course the people you love, not selfishly, but you know, I'm living for myself and I have to do what's right and best for me. And what I love about this month, Venus and Mars, both in signs of rulership, which means this is actually going to be very well supported. And I don't know, like, I think a lot of people are going to be doing this and a lot of people are going to understand. So it's not as though you're on this rampage or anything like that. I think is all, you know, respectful and kind and everything. But I do believe that there's something there and it's going to enable you to focus on the things you value the most, because Venus in Taurus demands that we focus on our self-worth, our self-respect, and bringing in abundance. And in order to bring in abundance, we have to limit ourselves to only the things that bring in abundance. Okay? All right, so I have a question card here just as a point of meditation and contemplation. Oh, amazing. Am I focused on what I am losing or gaining? Okay, and especially with Venus and Taurus, we want to think more about what we're gaining. Are you scared to let go because of what you might lose? What if you shifted your focus from what you might lose to what you might gain? Endings are actually new beginnings. And when we set boundaries, sometimes there are endings that happen, right? Sometimes there are things that kind of dissipate or dissolve or go by the wayside, but that's a good thing. And loss right now, it will be a gain. So I think it's really important that you kind of have that approach to things as you're making decisions, because there are going to be a lot of decisions that need to be made throughout May and a lot of choices and a lot of actions to back up those choices as well. Oh, beautiful. See? Because there's something that's weighing heavy on you and there's something that has been problematic. You know, like if we have a problem, we need to address it. if we have kind of this feeling of entrapment, or we're suffocating, or we feel like we really, really can't do something, right? It's time for us to make the change. And we don't want to indulge in the things that are not healthy for us. We don't want to indulge in the things that continually steal our energy and our power and our focus, and the things that don't pay us back. What I love about the devil is the discipline factor. All right. And this is a quality of discipline. It's a quality of focus, determination, ambition. This is a card ruled by Saturn, which means it has a lot to do with bringing things into the material world, about actualization. So when we're talking about manifestation, the whole point of manifestation is to actually have the stuff. So we want to find a way to have the stuff and to bring the stuff into our lives. And the Knight of Cups is kind of this moving on aspect. And what I love about the Knight of Cups too is that it's optimistic. So this doesn't have to be this drudgery, this dreary experience. I feel like this could be a beautiful, liberating experience that gives you a sense of relief. Healthy boundaries really are going to be that key to relief for you, Cancer. Okay? Because the more relieved we feel, the more free we feel, the more receptive we are. And Venus in Taurus absolutely wants to receive money, wants to receive love, wants to receive opportunity, it wants to receive, kindness. So we want to put ourselves in that mode where we can receive things easily. And with the Two of Swords, there's often an element of crossroads that comes out with the Two of Swords, reversed or not. There are choices to make. Sometimes the choices are more difficult. I feel like these are difficult choices, but they're also no-brainer choices, right? So, we always say sometimes the right choice is often the hard choice. And I think maybe there are hard choices in front of you. And yes, Mars and Aries, also in rulership, right? We are going to have to put power behind this. We're going to have to put fire behind it. We have to tap into that warrior energy. And even though this is a Knight of Cups, he's still a warrior. He's literally wearing a warrior's army or armor. And that armor is meant to save him in battle. All right, so we do have to kind of go to battle a little bit for what we want. We have to put the power and the fire behind it. And that means confronting difficult choices and confronting the hard decisions and actually implementing them, okay? Because when we're in an earth season like Taurus, it is very, very important to take action, okay? We always talk about action with fire signs. I see way more action in earth signs, 100%. Earth signs, because it's the connection with the physical world, the physical body, and this is where we do stuff, okay? So I feel as though there's this very dark current or this very dark wave of empowerment coursing through you. It starts with setting the boundaries, but this is kind of a representation of what's happening internally, okay? Is that you're demanding your readiness to receive these things. You're demanding the opportunities come to you. All right. I'm seeing you as the King of Cups reversed, and I'm seeing you being exceptionally unavailable to most people. Obviously, the people you love, they'll have full access. But to most people, I'm looking at this Knight of Swords as someone who is noisy. Maybe it's not a person. It could also be like a circumstance or whatever, but I'm going to probably talk more about it as though it is a person. But it genuinely feels like they are desperately trying to come at you or trying to get your attention, or they need something, they want to hire you, whatever the case is, but this is not your vibe. And as much as I like a Knight of Swords sometimes, I can love him or hate him. I kind of like him in this instance. I don't know that this is a bad person. I don't know that this is a bad anything. It's not good or bad. It just may not be in alignment for you. And so I kind of see you kind of going on silent, going on do not disturb, going on leave me alone so I can focus on my stuff. It might be a little bit of back and forth with a Knight of Swords, because this is clearly not just going to go away. There's something kind of naggy about it. So it's going to continually come after you. Now, there's something that I think is good about this, because it puts pressure on you. And the pressure is, I got to get away from this circumstance and I got to move toward the other thing. And this is like that perfect thing that says, all right, this is definitely time, because I cannot dedicate to this Knight of Swords anymore. I just cannot. And I think there is a little bit of a shutdown, right? Like you're getting shut down a little bit emotionally, physically, whatever, because this is just like barking at you. But that annoyance, that nagging, that constant whatever, it's like, it's such a healthy thing, because yes, you can set a boundary with this, but it doesn't mean you just set the boundary and shut off. It doesn't mean you set the boundary and shrink and hide away from life altogether. It means you take that energy and it blossoms and blooms within you to help you grow in that new direction, right? Focusing on what you're gaining. You're gaining a new life, gaining a new lifestyle. You're gaining this receiving of more things. Okay? So the constants, whether it's constant talking or the constant knocking on your door, the constant, you know, in the back of your mind, because this might just be an aspect of your mind, right? Something that's just in your head all the time. I got to take care of this. Maybe it's even a survival thing, right? With Venus in Taurus, the Sun in Taurus, there really could be this survival aspect. Maybe you're in survival mode like you haven't really been before. And it pushes you, like maybe it's a financial. So you're like, okay, I got to go make more money. I got to go make more money. I got to go find a way to enhance my career, get a new job, you know, that kind of thing. And that's a good thing, because it pushes you out the door. And it's not going to you're not going to be able to just run away from it. I mean, again, you can set the boundary with it, but it's probably to a degree unavoidable. This is momentum from the past. Momentum from past choices, momentum from past action, momentum from past investments. So it does have to kind of wind down a little bit more organically. So you can't just run away from it. The universe isn't going to let you do that, because it needs to be leveraged. Like I say, you're not just going to shrink and hide from it. You're going to blossom from it. And that's like the opposite of shrinking and hiding. So you're going to acknowledge it. You're going to have to deal with it. But I think there's also that part of you that's like, oh, thank goodness. Because running away from it was killing me. Hiding from it was killing me. Being in denial of it was killing me. And maybe it is killing you a little bit. Maybe it's killing your spirit, killing your fire, killing your passion. And it's a drain. And I do think Cancer is going to need to address the drains in their life and the leakage. Because when you're setting healthy boundaries, first of all, you have to identify where there is a lack of healthy boundaries, where there is a lack of strength. Where are the weak links? And that can be a hard process, but it's kind of like if let's say, for example, you are struggling financially and you refuse to look at your bank account. Well, that's going to be really hard for you to fix the problem if you won't just log in and see where you're at. Right? So you have to take that inventory, you have to take that stock so you know what you're working with. You have to address it, you have to look at it. It's not going to stop barking at you, but let it bark at you, because it might be the best thing that ever happened to you too. It's all about perspective. And especially with the Knight of Cups, you get to choose to have that positive perspective about it. You get to choose to look at something and say, maybe this could actually be helpful, instead of maybe this is like ripping me apart. You know, and this is where I think people split. This is where true freedom exists, and what we do with our true freedom. Do we empower and grow or not? And this is what makes like a high quality self-aware person become even more so, and the opposite becomes more of the opposite. So what else, Cancer? What else for Cancer? We have the World card. We have the Nine of Cups. Beautiful Nine of Cups in terms of wishes coming true. We love to see that. And Judgment. Okay, I love the Judgment card in this instance because it feels like an epiphany. Like you're going to have this aha moment where you go, oh my gosh, I can't believe I never did this before. I never saw this before. I never felt this way before. I never, you know, like you're going to elevate and transcend. And the fact that this is the last card and this is the first one, it's like what you go into May with, you are not leaving May with. Because what happens at the end of May, the sun comes into Gemini, Jupiter also comes into Gemini. There is a complete detachment that is going to happen for Cancer over the course of the next year. Now, sometimes Jupiter in the 12th house can be kind of a hard transit because it feels like you don't always have like the best grasp on stuff, but it's fantastic for spiritual healing and release and surrender and letting go. And I think that's really what's needed in order to embrace the new life. It doesn't mean things won't be coming in, because it will. And Jupiter in Gemini is all about finding new roads, new pathways, new opportunities. There's a lot of curiosity. There's a lot of learning. There's a lot of expansion and just kind of being available to making all sorts of new types of connections. So there's a lot of creativity and uniqueness that happens. So a lot of doors can possibly open during this next upcoming year. And whatever stagnation you had been feeling with that Devil card, it is going to start to shift. And with the Judgment, like I say, it's like what you come into May with, you are not leaving May with. It's a completely different mindset, a completely different way of being. And, you know, I actually hear a lot from people that my readings don't always make a lot of sense at the beginning of the month, but at the end of the month, they rewatch and they're like, oh, wow, that really was the case. This might be the case for you. Going into it, you have no idea what this Judgment is going to be. You have no idea what this elevation is going to be and what this rise up from the darkness is going to be. These guys are literally coming up out of like coffins, out of the darkness, coming up from the dead. They're being resurrected. So whatever this has been weighing you so heavy, it won't, I mean, really, hopefully, I think your choices matter. Like I say, if you choose to shrink and hide, you will not leave this place. Let's be very clear about that. You will not. If you decide to hide from your problems, hide from the issue, kind of just like avoid and be in denial of this, you'll just end up right back here. But if you do choose to rise to the occasion and choose to embrace these healthy boundaries and choose to embrace this discipline and focus and commitment to your future, you will end the month in a completely different mindset. And I look at this World card and I say, this is one of the most beautiful transitions. It's smooth. Like, I don't know that this is going to be painful or hard. I think it feels very natural and organic for you, Cancer. I don't think it's going to be this whole big thing. I think it's going to be like, it's just simply time and that's it. Because both these cards are ruled by Saturn, and the Saturnine energy is a time, it rules actual time. And so it does feel like things are just ripening. And it's time for this evolution for you to happen, okay? Plus, we also have Pluto retrograde starting as well. And I think there's a little bit of fear that is going to kind of underlie everything. And let me explain why. Because we know that the ingress into Aquarius, it was like from Capricorn to Aquarius, then back to Capricorn, then back to Aquarius. And then this year it's back to Capricorn again, and then back to Aquarius at the end of the year. So we're on that last stint. Technically, Pluto will still be in Aquarius between now and September. but it's retrograding back into Capricorn. So the underlying fear is that I don't want to go back to the way it used to be. And the more and more you don't want to go back, it means the more and more you want to go forward. And therefore, your participation in walking through this portal is going to be off the charts. You're not going to have to force or convince a self-aware, mature Cancer to walk through a portal of change and development, right? It's hard and it requires choices and there are things putting pressure on you, but I also know that you're going to see it as the absolute best because it is going to lead you to your dreams coming true. And if it means your dreams are going to come true, it's worth it and you're going to do it and you're going to dedicate and commit yourself to it fully. Okay? And it's a beautiful moment. It really is. And I think it should be a moment that when you look back on, you're going to realize how imperative this phase of your life was. Okay, so let's pull out the clarifier. So we're going to pull out a whole bunch of new cards and talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about these cards. Okay, I do this in the comprehensive reading. It's like a whole second reading. So that link can be found in the description box in the comment thread down below if you want to join. So let's go ahead and get started here with the Devil card. What is it that Cancer needs to know about the Devil card? Page of Coins. The Lovers. Nine of Coins. The Drain, for sure. Another Judgment. I love. Oh, even on top of the Ace of Swords, I love the Judgment so much for you guys. The Fool. Justice, Ace of Wands. We have High Priestess, Eight of Cups. Loving the High Priestess for you too. Another Knight of Cups. I knew these two are connected, the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups. Four of Wands, the Tower, the Moon. It's a tower, all right. There's no doubt about that. Knight of Swords reversed, Three of Wands, Chariot. Beautiful. Oh, love it. I love the World. This is such a great reading. I'm feeling so like just enthusiastic. I'm feeling enthusiasm. Seven of Wands. Strength. And last but not least, Two of Coins. Okay, this is where we'll pick up. So if you want to join, please, please, please do so. You guys know I absolutely love and adore you. I hope you have an amazing month, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.